are back.
We're back, everybody.
Just like Star Wars Episode 6, this is podcast number 6 for us. Isn't that crazy? Number 6. I know. Yep, I got the hamburger shirt. This is the famous hamburger shirt that has been brought up in numerous podcasts that nobody thought was real, except for
Joe shows up.
Yeah, except for the 3 people in this room and Joe. So, thank you. Yeah, congratulations. I got a balloon behind me.
Go right to Joe now and tell him that Hamburglar is back.
I got my graduation education. So, officially.
Congrats to Brandon for being one of 3 to graduate college.
Hey, but you never know. You guys might you might do it.
I mean,
you guys
we did the express version of college.
What is it? The buffet style. You collect what you want and then you leave.
And then we leave.
And you're happy, you know?
Yep, exactly. And it was way cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. So, as always, when we do the podcast, all sounds, videos, pictures, and all that, we don't own the rights to anything. It's just for entertainment purposes.
We got to get that out there nowadays.
And for conversation purposes. So we don't own anything that we produce except for our own. Like, nothing is all you need. So I think it's going to be a little fun, little sad, little somber podcast today because it's my last one being sleeping in the same room as you guys.
Oh.
Right?
Is it that sad, though?
No, it's
you're
not
jumping
for me.
for joy,
I'm heartbroken.
Yeah. I'm happy because
I don't have to listen to you snore.
All right.
This is true.
Hold on, let's see if
this is very
Joe
true.
shows up.
Oh, the menu. Oh, John, you want to tell everybody what we got?
Barbecue style because it's barbecue season.
And the hamburger shirt.
And the hamburger shirt. Brandon, we ran out of hot dog buns, so Brandon got a hamburger bun.
Yeah.
But we've got hot dogs and fries, which is very healthy. You have all your major food groups. You've got bread, and you've got hot dog.
You got the protein.
Fries.
You have protein. You have starch.
Yep, lots of starches.
You know,
good starch.
You got a little taste of everything. And then you're drinking water. You got that H2O. You know, so I think it's perfectly fine. What's really cool is that John has a great, of course, as always, CD or artist to talk about.
Yep.
Of course, we got the news of the week. Got some crazy stuff going on in the crazy story. And then we have, of course, our famous friend, Squeezy Jibs.
Squeezy Jibs.
He's got a little
What'd
update
it do?
during his quarantine. And then we finish with a game. And then, of course, the famous little musician of the week. So got a jam-packed episode for you guys today.
Jam-packed.
So how are you guys doing this week?
You know,
anything?
chilling.
I know we had my graduation going away party last night.
Yep.
So that was fun.
Very socially distant graduation party.
That was epic.
Under 10 people. We
Under.
made sure that nothing bad happened.
Yeah, I don't even think we know 10 people.
Yeah. The guitar on the table. We just have little display
little
stuff
trinkets now
for personalities.
actually-
we're trying to spice up the table.
That's
a
the
bit.
guitar that Brandon used to record the record.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It was.
Grandma's calling me right now. Probably to wish me a.
Oh no. Do you answer it?
I'll call her back.
All right, call
Yeah,
Grandma.
I'll call her back.
Call her right after this
Mom,
is done.
call Grandma while you're watching this and tell her that we're doing the live stream thing. So that she doesn't think that Brandon's mad at her.
Yeah, exactly. I know she'll probably leave a Stolot message for graduation.
The best fries are there's like 3. Now if we're going off of best fries as far as ones that you can buy in a bag at a store, throw in the oven. Checkers has some great fries that they put in a bag. Arby's has their fries in a bag. Red Robin has their fries in a bag. All of those are great, but these ones are wait.
Here he is.
The Hamburglar.
Welcome
Joe.
back, buddy.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think the best. I love a good waffle fry. Waffle fries.
Should I call Grandma back?
No, call her back later. She'll be
Okay. Yeah.
They'll still be awake.
Yeah. And if not, we'll get her on another time.
We'll get her on the horn.
Yeah.
But
and then also too, to kind of go into our overarching conversation for this week, we're gonna be talking about the word nostalgia.
Nostalgia. I should have had like a thing that goes across the thing.
Oh, just like the rainbow,
yeah,
like
like
the nostalgia.
I should have. Man.
Well,
really
next time.
dropped the ball this week.
But kind of talking and introducing nostalgia. I know we have shared the same room for 24 years. since birth. We shared the same
23 years.
same room, same womb, same room, and now one of us is leaving the nest. So, I mean, I know I've had a great time with you guys.
Oh, stop with the shoulder touching.
The shoulder hug. The shoulder hug. You know, but I know, you know, it's been a blast to share the same room as you. And listen, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just, you know, moving, and I'm coming back here 3 or 4 days a week. Oh, that's awesome. And you know, so. I mean, do you guys have any memories of us, you know, that
No.
Because I know people always wonder about the dynamic of us as brothers.
You get used to it after 20-something
It becomes numb.
Yeah, well, you wake up. It's like it's like living with anybody.
Yeah.
You wake up and they're there, except we share a room.
Yeah.
The only difference is I had to live somewhere else, or I have to live somewhere else one day a week.
Yeah.
Because I can't wake you guys up.
That's
super
true.
early.
Yeah, you go to Mom's for Saturdays because you work up like at before the Owls and the Roosters.
I wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Stumble out of bed at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
Make it to work.
We're all children.
But you know what? It's crazy even when you think about too the times when we would get up from here at 5 in the morning to go to school.
Oh man.
You know,
and I'd roll out of bed at 6:30 because the bus came at 6:40.
And you know, all the times when we had shows and concerts, we'd come home late at night and it'd be like 3 in the morning, and you know, we just all want to go to bed.
And
now
then we'd sleep in.
Now I have to go from here to another place.
Oh, true. Once we get done with the show.
Yeah.
But we don't have shows for a while, so it's like
so I don't have to worry about
bridge when we
get
get
that is very nostalgic. I remember when we first met back in high school. We were freshmen.
Yeah, what was that? The Battle of the Bands?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that is a long time ago.
Battle of the Bands.
All right, so yeah, nostalgia. So we'll get to that later. John, what do you have this week for the people with the John's Jams?
Album of hold on.
Just barely.
Let me get the thing pulled up.
Yeah.
John Jam. Oh.
What is that? Nothing is all you need?
And last week I actually learned what song that is.
No, I know. It's American Heartbreak.
Yes.
Brought to you by Jonathan Lord.
My album of the week, I actually physically don't have yet because Amazon didn't get it to me. I thought it would come here in a week, but didn't. Everything's all
discombobulated.
Yeah, everything's very discombobulated. So, anyway, with the album of the week, I know this band because one of their songs used to play in Kohl's all the time when me and Brandon worked there. Me and Brandon worked at Kohl's you worked there for 3 years. I think I worked there for 3, but we were offset from one another.
I was there for 2. You were there an extra year.
Yep,
you were
that's
there
right.
for 3.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I was in the home department stocking the shelves with towels, and yelling at people to stop stepping on bath mats with their bare feet. So, Kohl's was a great time, but most of their music was awful. Most of it was terrible, but you would get the one country song that would play throughout the whole shift, and you'd jam on that for a while. But this band, Need to Breathe, had a song called Brother on there, which I absolutely loved from the first time I heard it. So we're not going to play that one. But this is their first record. One of their songs is in a great movie called Employee of the Month. If you haven't seen it with Dane Cook, it's hilarious.
This is the Daylight record?
Yes.
All right.
So this is the album that I was kind of like, I need new music. I don't remember how I thought of Need to Breathe, but it kind of just came to me. I was like, I got to check these guys out for real this time instead of knowing like 2 of their songs. So I figured let's just start at yo, what's up, Nigel? How you doing, buddy?
Yo, man.
So I just figured I'd start at the beginning of the Need to Breathe saga. And this album I've been pumping for like 2 weeks straight nonstop. This guy, well, they're incredible. They've been around, I think, since 2005. 2006 is when this album came out.
He also does solo stuff.
The singer's name, you know his name, but the singer's name, get this. We're doing good, man. Glad that you're doing well. The singer's name is Bear Reinhardt. That and his voice matches it. I mean, his nickname's Bear. I don't know what his actual real name is, but everybody calls him Bear. So the whole album's great. I highly recommend. I'll play a couple of tunes. I'll
Where
play
are they
like
from?
they're from South Carolina, I think. One of the Carolinas. Here we go. This one's called "Don't Wait for Daylight." This chorus is just.
Someone saw you at his door, searching eyes on fire for the answers you hide. Would you let him find the light? So wait for daylight. Don't run tonight. Just open your eyes. The stars fade with the light.
So they do kind of have like that. They've well, I mean, it's early 2000s is when that album came out. Well, mid 2000s.
I was gonna say his voice, at least the way it sounds through the headphones, and I've listened to him like a lot more, but I think it sounds very like a Fall Out Boy had a little bit more girth behind it.
Like softer Fall Out Boy. You know,
I don't think Fall Out Boy can get any softer.
No, I'm saying softer like these guys are. Like they're a little bit more mellowed out.
Yeah, they are very mellow.
Yeah.
They've got a Switchfoot thing too, and Switchfoot and them have been on tour for. They've done tours together.
What's the one from Employee of the Month?
Shine On.
You want me to play that one?
Yeah, we'll play that one next. But
Okay.
But this album is fantastic. What else do I have to say about it? No, mainly that I've just been listening. I like positive, uplifting music nowadays. It's very rare that I listen to like Pantera anymore, even though I still love it. It's just I like to be put in a good mood, and when it's like when you're listening to Walk by Pantera, you just want to run people off the road with your car.
You want to push stuff over.
Break stuff.
And this is great music to listen to in the morning too. So anyway, let's play the song that was in Employee of the Month.
Shine On?
Yeah, just skip to the
This
chorus.
is good music to get in like a good stretch.
A good
Or
stretch.
bend.
A good stretch or bend.
Chorus, you said?
Yeah, just skip to the chorus. Somewhere in the middle. There we go.
When the feeling's gone, shine on, shine on.
Oh, okay, now I know.
Add on to something new. It's long and overdue. I will remember you. Shine on, and let the
Can I just point something out? And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
right.
replay it. I'm gonna replay it again. If you listen, the thing that I really love about this song, and I know it, I've known it before this, which is actually crazy because you listen to these songs and you figure you never heard the band, but you know the songs type thing. If you guys listen to the bass is underneath the melody, and it's awesome. Like if you hear like
Play
the
it
bass
again?
is like riffing a little bit more.
it's long and overdue. I will remember you. Shine on,
And it does.
And he has some inversions in there
Yeah.
too.
I've tried with Rise Against. I have. They've got that one song. She said, "I don't hate you, but I can listen to that one. I've tried with Rise
like,
Against. It's not my.
I like Against Me better than Rise Against, but that's my own personal opinion.
I've tried with Rise Against. We have a friend of ours that loves Rise Against. He had all the T-shirts growing up. I was asked to go to a Rise Against concert once, and I didn't go because I think we were working or
something like that.
But
I do think that their music works really well in NFL games.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
But, again, it's
They've
all-
got like awesome,
Yeah.
pump up, fire up music because those are the hardest songs to write. Is that it's so easy to write a song about love and loss and all of that, but it is so hard to write a pump up jam like a bar anthem, or just something that everyone wants to sing along to, and that's what they do really well.
And the cool thing about like what you had for this album is, like you said, it's not their new stuff; it's the original, like the album that started it all. And it's like, if you had to picture like a song or like a type of feel that resembles like the 2000s, it's that. Where it's a little bit more light, upbeat. Where it's more about the music and
again,
stuff.
I listen to majority everything. Like last week we were talking about Otis Redding. So, it's more so I just want to give you guys not just another country record that I've been listening to or another, I don't know, like whatever I listen to type record. But I really highly recommend the Need to Breathe album. Give it a chance. If you don't like it, let me know. If you do like it, let me know.
This way you can go to a concert with somebody.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you have mixed feelings, don't let them know.
Yeah. If you're just on the fence and you're not really sure,
Don't
can't
let
really,
me know.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Nice.
no, honestly, I would love to have like a musical, like turn this John Jams thing into like a good open discussion
Well,
about music like
you-
we're doing in
You
this.
know,
in
you know the
comments.
best way to do that though is if you go to John's drum studio and you actually started this as a blog.
Mhm.
If you guys
True.
you want to plug that a little bit
Yeah. Oh, so my first actual video on johnsdrumstudio.com just dropped today. Hold on. Which I'm pretty stoked about because it's my first actual like instructional video.
more. Oh, really?
And
Oh, wait.
What?
Yeah. Good job, John. We're getting sounds now. Great job. Applause. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I'll put the thing in the comments. My URL to my website.
Mhm.
But regardless, you can check it out, and it's a really, really cool video. If you're a drummer, you're not a drummer, you'll find these videos interesting, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So,
Keep going.
yeah, I mean, go ahead, check out johnsdrumstudio.com. Let me know what you think.
Yeah. Nice.
Give it a watch.
Cool.
Give
Awesome.
me some comments.
So we'll get to the feel good moment of the week. The little nice little news story. The
Yeah, let's do it.
Feel good. I knew that I would not. So good, so good. I got you.
just a little
yeah.
feel good. All right. So this one, we all know that working out during the quarantine is not very easy. It takes a lot of motivation, and honestly, to be honest, I'm not going to lie, that's why I've not been looking quite my best.
Mm-hmm.
It's the quarantine.
No.
It's the quarantine. Gyms have been shut down, and we don't really have any workout equipment. So it's just unfortunate. Besides all the dumbbells and treadmills.
We
that are
got
back there.
the leg press
Yeah.
and the treadmill.
Yeah. So whatchamacallit? And it's actually even worse that anybody else can't go to like a gym or anything.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, Drew Whitted, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know if you're able to pull up the picture, John, of Mr. Drew. This guy, he's actually a former Army
Where is
Ranger.
it? Hold on, let me find it.
Former Army Ranger, and he is the owner of the Be Strong Gym in Bloomington, Illinois. He allowed his members to sign out more than $40,000 worth of gym equipment to use at home free of charge during the state's stay-at-home order. He said that he didn't want people to miss out on their workouts, and he's gratified to see that it's bringing families together, which is actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
In quote, he told CNN this. He said, "Now I see a whole family getting through this shelter in place, getting through this time, doing these workouts together and bonding together, becoming healthier and happier together as a family unit." He said about 80 members took him up on this offer, signing out the equipment, but Drew held some back so he could hold some online training sessions every day, too, for people. And he actually promised that he's going to retain all of his employees, give them all their pay during this
Wow.
time, and offered members of the area and members of his gym a free month when the quarantine is over.
That's
Wow.
incredible.
Yeah. So this guy, I mean, he's like
I mean,
all around.
He's pretty jacked.
Yeah, he is a solid dude. And like I said, he does a lot of work with former people in the Army, a lot of former Marines who are disabled and they need rehab and stuff like that.
That's
He's
awesome.
done a bunch of lifting competitions and everything
He
too.
looks like he could kill me in one punch for
yeah,
sure.
he is the man that you would want for fighting for America.
Oh
as,
yeah,
as the Army
I'd
guy.
want him right on the front lines.
Yeah,
just,
exactly. But like I said, it's awesome. I know during this whole quarantine, businesses have suffered, and clearly, he has suffered too as a small business gym competing with
Right.
Planet Fitness and everything. But the fact that he loaned out $40,000 worth of gym equipment to people, so that they can
Wow.
actually still work out at home and make sure everybody's healthy. And like he said, I mean, free of charge. So there's nothing that's basically.
So this guy's just one of the coolest guys
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
What's
so-
his name again?
It is Drew Whitted. So WHITTED.
And what's his business?
Be Strong Gym.
Be Strong Gym.
Be
And
Strong.
Where's he
Cool.
based out of? again?
Bloomington, Illinois. So if you're ever in the area, look him up because he'll probably get you in the best shape of your life.
I'm sure.
So I need to rip off his
That's so awesome.
If he saw me now with the hamburger shirt,
Oh, he'd be real upset.
yeah. So yeah. So good story. Good nice
Cool.
story. All right, you ready for the crazy story?
Yes.
Let's get crazy.
Ow! Yeah, I'm crazy. What made you think I was sane?
I don't know how to.
Yes.
And there's a lot of slapping going on in that clip, and you're gonna want to slap this guy after you hear this story.
Oh, jeez.
So John has the picture pull up. No, it is not Stephen King. It kind of looks like a creepy version of Stephen King. This picture's from 1997, so it's a little bit older. But who out there has ever lied to make themselves look cooler? Anybody here?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah?
One time.
Um,
I told a bunch of people that I caught this massive fish, and they caught me in a lie. And yeah,
Dude, that would
don't
be
worry.
sick.
We took care of those guys.
Yeah.
No worries on that. Like we said in the chat, when you do actually sign into our chat, just be courteous and respectful, and then we have no reason to block you, of course. You know,
Yeah.
we're all here to just have a good time, and there's people, they come through and they, want to be funny with their friend and whatever. You know, doesn't
just
matter.
Trying to be stupid.
So,
Yeah, but don't worry about that. We apologize that this platform unfortunately has those people, but
we don't condone any of the behavior.
I will do my best while they are talking and I'm not to just keep deleting those people because they do not deserve to be on
because
our
it's
channel.
one of those things that they ask you when you set this thing up, do you want to set up any parameters with the chat? And I'm like, I don't care. If, somebody drops a curse word in here, fine. But for the most part, I didn't want to restrict people from talking on our chat so that people could be nice and respectful on their own and be
Now, my
grown
quick
up.
question, I don't want to get off the rails. I want the show to keep going, but why is it that people's comments pop up like that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're
It's all
coming up.
hazy.
They're
Yeah.
coming up there.
But anyway, we'll
so
do. Yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
the
crazy
thing is, just be respectful, and then we have no reason to
Yeah.
block anybody, and we're just here to have a good time. We're
exactly.
just, couple dudes hanging out. All right, let's get back
All
to
right.
the.
I
wait,
tried so hard to contain myself and
I
not,
know.
I
Yeah.
just saw
I
red.
know. I saw
instantly.
red for a second. I didn't even hear most of your good story. That's why I had to ask.
No,
all the,
I know,
the
'cause
follow-up questions.
I didn't. Yeah, I was sidetracked. I was like, oh man.
Regardless, anyway.
Those are the people you just want to punch through the camera.
I
Now
lied
we
one
are
time.
now we are back on track.
Yeah.
Let's keep this train rolling.
So how far are you guys willing to take that one
No.
lie to make yourself look cooler?
I can
No,
only do it
not
for
gonna happen.
maybe a second,
And-
and then instantly I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Do you guys remember that's the one time that I did it? Yeah. You have any?
To make yourself
Yeah,
sound
you
cooler,
told
it's literally
no,
every
no,
day.
no,
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 John knows
no,
exactly what it is.
Brandon told me.
Hold on, can I tell a story?
No, so Brandon and Ben, our old guitar player, were late, and
We were going down the shore for I think it was Memorial Day
yeah,
weekend.
and so Brandon was going down with our friend Ben, and me and Chris went with a couple other people, and so this was like the last summer hurrah for us. So we were all trying to get to the shore early before everybody went to college, and then hang out for the whole day, and then everybody goes.
So I guess it was Labor Day then.
Yeah,
Labor Day.
everybody goes, to college. So anyway, no, Joe, you're cool. So anyway, when we got down there, Brandon and Ben were like super late, and what had happened was Brandon and Ben said, "Dude, we're so sorry we're late." We ended up.
Was that the day after our birthday?
Yeah, Brandon said that they tapped this guy on the motorcycle.
Can I explain the rest of the story?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
go ahead.
So we arrived at the beach and I said to to John and Chris, I was like, guys, like, we're so sorry, we're late. we were stuck in traffic, and I wasn't looking the right way, and I tapped this guy on the motorcycle, and of course, the motorcycle got a little ding on it. We pull off to the side. I didn't want to drive away, hit and run and everything. And the guy pulls off his helmet, and it was Lee Bryce, the country superstar. And I said, like, oh my God, like I'm so sorry. I know who you are, and like I don't want to make a big deal about this because I know I don't like, what are you doing here first off?
Right.
And he's like, oh, I have a show at because we went to Point Pleasant, and there's a bar that's down there that hosts country music stars often through 94.7, and I think it's on Jenkinson's Boardwalk. And he said, I'm doing an acoustic show there tonight, and I got down early. I wanted to ride my bike around, and I don't know what to do. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, we're going to the beach with my friends. It was our birthday yesterday. He's like, honestly, it's like, don't worry about it. We'll just exchange information just in case there's any damage, but I'll let go. I was like, oh, thank you so much.
All of this
Was a lie.
was a lie
Fabricated.
that he told me, and I was so believing it. I said, no way that you bumped into Lee Bryce.
Yeah.
No way.
And what's crazy is that
and I
John,
believed it for
it was like 5 years.
5
and then
years.
John mentioned it like last summer. He's like, the time you got into the accident while going down the shore. I was
with Lee Bryce.
like, and I said, what are you talking about? and he said, with you and Benton. I was like,
Oh, that was a lie.
And I
I
said,
found that out like last year that it never actually
me
happened.
and Chris found out that was last year.
and that's what I'm saying. And
Because wait, where were you? Because me, Kayla, and Lee went surfing that morning. Well, by we,
I
I
think
meant
it was me, Lucas, and Becky.
yeah, you guys went down.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ben was going to come here, but he was late, and so him
Right.
and I drove down together.
Right. And
And-
then I swallowed a whole bunch of salt water and
Yeah.
had stomach problems the whole day.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you take a lie so far, and Ben and I said we were going to keep it and going until like
Forever.
forever. And of course, I blew it, but that's okay.
I'll still pretend whenever we see Ben again.
So this guy, this French author and in
Ah.
quotes serial killer expert, Stephen Bourgoin is
Okay.
his name. He fabricated his whole career.
Fabricated.
His whole career is based on a card of lies, or a house of lies. Not a card of lies. That would be very weak. His name has been attached to over 40 crime books and proclaimed to interview more than 70 serial killers. All fake.
All fake.
Never interviewed anybody, and every time he was interviewed for a book as like a reference or a resource, he lied about everything.
Wait, so what is this guy?
He's an author.
He's an author.
But he's not.
He is an author.
But
he
he's
he writes
never-
books, but it's like all fiction. He claims it to be nonfiction and all true. He claimed that he was trained by the FBI as a crime investigator.
Oh my gosh.
He claimed that he interviewed Charles Manson
Oh
during
my
the
gosh.
trial.
And he
All
never
lies.
did.
All lies.
Wow.
And he says that
There's a special place for people like that.
Yeah.
It's called the loony bin.
he says that he is a mythomaniac, which is a thing, and he said that he made up fake stories in his head to gain popularity.
Mythomaniac means you just want to be cool.
Yeah, exactly.
You just lie to be cool.
And
so
so-
they slap some like interesting term on it, and it makes people go, "Oh, poor guy."
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him.
Exactly. So
He's lost.
Bourgoin was interviewed. He actually was found out. Some website, like some French website, caught him in all these lies. Finally, like they did a lot of research on him, and they found out, okay, this guy is just making everything up. He says, "I'm profoundly and sincerely sorry. I'm ashamed of what I did. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can only dream to one day create the perfect career." Or he said he could only dream. Oh no, I'm sorry. I said this.
Wow,
Yeah.
so you're a mythomaniac.
Yeah. So I said I'm gonna say I can only dream to one day create the perfect career off of lies, like I am with bass. So no pentatonic scale.
Crazy
Yeah.
story of the week.
But isn't that
Land
crazy?
Talk Glory.
He's been doing like interviews and book stuff for 20, 30, 40 years. And
That's nuts.
he just came out now, like I think this week, and said, "Oh no, I'm
That's all a
sorry,
lie.
it's a lie." He said, "I couldn't I couldn't hide it anymore. I needed to."
For 30 to 40 years.
Yeah, and he's done.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, so
Well, good for him.
You can't
Yeah.
rebuild from something
So,
like that.
do you
No.
want to do this our man story?
oh boy,
This is our dude.
we got the Squeezy Jibs update of the week.
Nevertheless, in my dress for the occasion. It's number 32 and here's the situation. Hit the beam, move your feet, then don't change the station. You're breaking back cause you're leaving on a permanent vacation. I'm a disaster, a microphone master. Put on the tape and rock your ghetto blaster.
Squeezy Jibs update of the week.
So this one I found, I put it a little together. He gave us an update on his quarantine situation. So he is very lonely during the quarantine.
I'm sure
And he's
he is.
trying to figure out things he can do after the quarantine is over. And like all of us, we want to go to concerts, we want to go hang out with family, but he has a little bit of a different dream.
What
that
it do?
What it do?
Hashtag
What it do?
What it do.
What
so,
it do, Squeezy?
So he has a different dream. Now, mind you, there are just a couple little swear words in here. He just, it's his personality. So I just wanted to give a little disclaimer out
The
there.
other thing is, for those of you that don't know, Squeezy Jibs is a guy that we covered a crazy story of the week on
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so we were like, this guy's amazing. So we had to keep talking about him.
He gained popularity. He went to 11 different Wendy's twice and got 88 nuggets, which he said would last him for 2 weeks. And they were all free because Wendy's was running a promotion of handing out free nuggets for the day and
Right.
for
And
quarantine
he got
and stuff.
so many nuggets.
Yeah. So that's
All right.
that was the picture.
Let's
that was
let's
listed.
run it.
What it do? You know who it is. It's your boy Squeezy Jibs coming at you with another quarantine tip. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting to feel a little claustrophobic and started thinking like, what if I could do anything right now in the world, what would I do? And the answer was simple. Go on a safari. Now, don't get it twisted. I ain't talking about the kind where you shoot animals. I ain't down with that. I'm talking about getting in a Land Rover and cruising across Africa and looking for ostriches and giraffes and potassiums and shit. And I just thought, God, if there was any way I could make that happen, that would just be a dream come true. But of course, there's two problems with that, homie. Number one, that's one of them things that's usually only for rich people. And number two, like nobody is literally allowed to go anywhere right now. So unfortunately, I can't do that kind of safari. But then I started thinking again, dog. I started getting the wheels turning.
Oh, no.
Why not do a safari in my home? Because nature is all around you, dog. You just gotta open your eyes and see. Nature is everywhere. So we're gonna go on a bathroom safari right now, dog. So we're gonna start right here. And this is next to my last two pieces of toilet paper. And this little dude here is a spider. Now you can tell by the size of my finger that he is a tiny one, dog. But don't get it twisted. Just because he's small, that don't mean that he can't inject me with 10,000 venoms, dog. There's a possibility that he got fangs there the size of his own body. He could just decimate me, homie. Next up is another spider. Now, I'm like 98% positive that this spider doesn't have like venoms and shit. But you can see when I put my finger up to him, he's like 2 segments long, dog. So he pretty big. So if he did have venoms, that would be a problem. And you can see there's all sorts of things back here that I dropped
that a
and
snake?
didn't pick up. This is Legs. And Legs has been posted up here for months, homie. And Legs and I, we got an agreement. And Legs takes care of bugs, and I take care of Legs. Like sometimes when I see like bugs and ants and stuff crawling across me, I grab them and immediately run in here and throw them in the Legs' web. And you can see down here, like, it looks like poops, but spiders don't actually do that, dog. They just drink liquids. And so these is all the husks from things that Legs is eating. And honestly, like, I usually clean up Legs' area for him, but I've been slacking on it lately. I've just been, kind of busy with things. I forgot. So anyway, let's continue the safari. Here is another spider. I know what you're probably thinking. With all of these spiders in my bathroom, is it difficult to get women to stick around? And the answer is yes. And yes, sometimes they put their foot down and it's like, it's either them or me. And I'm like, every single time, it's them. Because I don't see you taking care of my bug problem. I don't see you getting on your hands and knees and eating the ants that crawl across my kitchen floor. If you start holding your own like the spiders do, then we'll have a discussion. But until then, you got to love them like you love me. And I know what you're thinking. I could be on the path to becoming a Spider-Man. Not like the hero that saves lives, but like the equivalent of a cat lady. I'll just kind of stick with what the experts say, which is, 10 spiders, that's an infestation, but 6 spiders, that's a motherfucking party.
So, Squeezy Jibs, just giving us an update from the quarantine.
Nevertheless, in my dress for the occasion.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
I
wanna-
don't think I've laughed that hard in like a couple weeks at
Yeah.
least.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
He
Squeezy
just-
Jibs.
He just wants to go on a safari. On a safari? That's all he wants.
You know,
Seriously,
I
get
pictured
that guy
that
a free
that's-
ticket.
I pictured that that's exactly how he'd talk.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
His voice completely matches his persona.
He looks like a man that would cover his face, not with a mask, but Hanes underwear.
yeah, like
know?
he did.
Yeah.
And listen, gotta love the spiders, gotta help him out, but boy, oh boy, that was a dirty bathroom.
Yeah.
Just to have more than just one spider in your
6
bathroom,
spiders.
just 6 spiders just hanging out and chilling, and
Well, as the professionals say, 6 spiders, that's a party.
yeah,
That's a party.
yeah, 10 is an infestation. He's just 4 away from that. So, all right.
All right.
General overarching conversation, like I kind of prefaced before, we're going to
Kind of
talk
has
about,
to do with like everything we've talked about so far.
except for Squeezy Jibs.
Yeah, well, we played the song from the Spider-Man soundtrack.
That's
that
true.
always gives nostalgia.
Yeah. But we're going to talk about nostalgia, and not just nostalgia with like movies and TV and stuff, but with music and
Right.
kind of everything. And
Can I preface this?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
all right. I want to ask our companions.
our viewers, our lovely
So,
viewers out there.
I want you guys, the ones that know me and know this album and know this band, save it for the rest. But Chris, can you go ahead and bring that up to the camera?
Yep.
Tell me what year this album was made. And I mean, there we go. What year? Give me a year.
Wow.
I'll let you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, Chris, you could come back. They've seen it long enough.
Okay.
Cool. So, if anybody has a guess, let me know. If you don't, then it's cool, but we'll just talk about it. And maybe because we've already given this whole thing a title, people can figure out where I'm going with this. Nobody's got anything yet.
That's okay.
That's all right. I'll
Yeah.
just go with it. So, yeah, okay, we all talked about nostalgia, but if I didn't mention nostalgia, you might have said that this album came out in the 70s, maybe? I remember I saw it for the first time and said, what? What is this? I didn't know who Midland was. It did come out a couple years ago, but they are dressed to the nines in complete electric rodeo 70s, early 80s country attire. And for me, I was like, whoa, that is cool. Nobody's doing this right now. Everybody's dressed in ball caps and shirts like I'm wearing. So for me, seeing that, I was like, wow, I got to pick up that album. So nostalgia, I didn't even know like any of their songs until I heard one of them, and then I said, oh, this is that song that I've heard on the radio. I didn't know any of their songs. I bought it because of the cover, because they looked so cool and nostalgic in it. Now, I'm not somebody that even lived through the 70s, but yet I still bought it because it was nostalgic.
And why, like,
Nice.
and why do you think that is? Well,
I don't know.
I'll
Oh,
get to
do you
it.
have it?
I do have. I have something a little bit pulled up here. We have an article that was done by Hello Giggles.
Nice. Probably a reputable source.
5 scientific reasons why we are all obsessed with nostalgia.
Well, hey, hold on. I've got other examples. Do you
Mhm.
want me to get to
Yeah,
those
yeah,
other
do the
examples
examples first.
All right. Like, I'm just going to flash a couple nostalgic images by your face. Let's see. That one, that one. I think this is one. Here we go.
Look at
Now, check out. Yeah, it was 2 or 3 years ago. But, exactly. Check out Bruno Mars. He's not dressed like you would dress today. He's dressed like you would dress in the 80s.
that. Or the early 90s.
Early
mid-90s,
90s.
Yeah.
Like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air style.
hmm
Then you got, check this out. How many people instantly, if you're looking at your screen right now, are instantly flooded with nostalgia?
Yeah.
Or my favorite,
The perfect
Boom.
nostalgia.
Yep.
Perfect nostalgia.
And-
Or last one.
Do you have a picture of the diner cup?
I should have.
Dang it.
Look to your right.
No, I think he means me.
I don't know. Look where?
Maybe the hamburger shirt.
Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, so unless you're by the window, Joe. So anyway, all of those things are very nostalgic. Now, Friends, on the other hand, but
What?
Seinfeld, I am always down for an episode of Seinfeld, and part of it is because of that early, 90s,
Well, it's different.
it's that era.
yeah.
Even though I didn't live through all of the 90s
Mhm.
and probably don't remember any like actual tangible things from the 90s.
Yeah.
Still something about that nostalgia.
Yeah.
Always draws me to watch the same reruns of Seinfeld every night. And
And-
not only because it's a good show, but
Well, and they actually on this article they give some pretty good reasons. They have for the number one, it causes us to feel happy.
Yeah.
Immediately, it's like you remember, when people watch The Honeymooners and stuff. Like you remember, kind of like a lot of the moments where you were when that happened. You remember certain significant events that happened when a certain show aired. Like people remember, Friends is like the '90s, 2000s kind of show where it was after kind of Seinfeld and it was
Right.
more for like a younger generation. And then the second one they have on here is nostalgia kind of brings us together, but it can make us feel sad, which brings us back in more too, because you're remembering.
what
Sometimes-
times used to be like.
Yeah, sort of like better
When
times.
soda
and-
only cost a nickel.
Yeah. But the fact that it brings us together when you think of all of us, you, me, Dad, and Chris, always sit down and watch Seinfeld
Always.
together. And it's not because, we're just sitting down trying to watch TV. We don't really watch anything else other than older TV shows together.
That's true.
And it's just that's something that we like because, you think about the show back then, like the between the clothes, the stories,
Right.
who was president.
When we watched it for the first time or
Mhm.
had, a good there's dude, I can't crawl. Nice.
No. Well,
So yeah, I mean it does bring up like a very interesting point that
Yeah.
nostalgia sells really well.
They
yeah,
said-
and if you got any information, Joe, about that you want to share, just post it in the chat. Feel free, even if it's like a paragraph long. Just if you want to go and inform people, because I'm kind of interested to know.
But even too, it like they say too, it warms our hearts and our bodies.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm currently watching again, Boy Meets World, and like a lot of the lessons you get from that show, it was aired on ABC like Friday nights on their comedy special, and like you just get this warm feeling at the end of every episode.
Yeah.
And it just makes you want to keep watching and
I mean,
watching and watching.
Not for
you know?
nothing, but shows like the what we consider nostalgic, I
Mhm.
feel like we're even just better quality than
Yeah,
what's
but
being
is
produced
it-
today.
But then you got to look at like how some people like the our
'cause it also
grandparents'
goes with the
generation,
yeah.
we would say, and even something as far as like when we were kids, Drake and Josh was our show,
Yeah.
and even then we've sat down and watched shows together,
Mhm.
and it was Drake and Josh. But whereas an older generation, like maybe our cousins in their 30s, they wouldn't get any of the humor
Yeah.
out of it. Not that they just don't get the humor. It's just a different time
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah.
So the things
Yeah,
that
that's true.
the the things that we think are funny from when we were kids isn't because it's better. It's
Yeah.
just what we liked as a kid, I
and
guess.
like you said too, I mean, I tried watching a couple times the show Saved by the Bell, and like, I mean, it has a little bit of similarities to the high school feel and stuff, what it was like to be in high school, but it's high school in the 80s and 90s,
right.
not high school in 2000.
But that's why, like we were talking about last night, we were talking about Fuller House.
Hmm.
And I was like, no, I only want to watch Full House. I'm
Yeah.
not going to watch that Fuller House.
And a lot
Ugh,
of
I don't
the
need a Fuller House. I just need a Full House.
My house is already full.
And when you think about even just a lot of people trying to make money off of the nostalgia feel, look at something like Stranger Things. That to me,
Or
it-
I've got another one. This just came out last year.
yeah,
American Horror Story 1984. Now, I watched it. Let me tell you, the
First-
first episode was great. The rest of them were complete dumpster fire. It was awful. I was not I was not impressed at all. Now the cool thing about it was the nostalgia.
Well, and how it was the typical slasher.
Yes,
You know,
that was
type.
cool. But then
Yeah.
it just
What
got.
was it? It was just like repetitive.
No,
well,
no, no.
what happened was a lot of the
Because I don't watch
there were
much
every
TV.
episode there was a
Unless
twist and
you don't wanna
turn. Somebody
spoil.
died, but then you were like, oh, finally they're dead. And then the next episode you go, oh wait, they're still alive? Like
Yeah.
they brought him back to life somehow. And
Are you
you're-
sure it wasn't like they have maybe like 5? Because I do know that they have like 5 or 6 or like 10 actors for American
No.
Horror
They
Story.
do.
Maybe they were just playing a different part.
No,
No,
it
same
was
thing.
It was
It
the
was the
same.
same-
So like one person, I'm not going to spoil it in case anybody has not watched it yet, but one person died, and then all of a sudden the next episode, she was brought back to life because the person that was killing her actually ended up saving her, something like
Yeah.
that. And I was like, oh, so she's not dead yet.
It's like a cop
So
out. Yeah.
it was, I was like, I didn't even watch the end of the show because I was like, there's no point. It's just not good. But the nostalgia part of it, I never, ever watched an American Horror Story.
Mhm.
Ever.
Yeah.
It never sat down. No, one time we watched one episode. It grossed me out
Yeah.
so bad that I couldn't finish a chicken pot pie.
But-
And for me, that never happens.
But the other thing, like I was gonna say about Stranger Things, which I've always kind of thought about this, and I know we've tried to capitalize sort of on the nostalgia feel, kind of influencing our music with more of an older, like kind of like a 2000s vibe and everything. But for Stranger Things, for me, I think the reason why it's so popular is you have now finally the people who grew up in the 80s are now in their 30s and 40s. So there's a sort of
You
a
see a bunch of kids riding bikes again.
well, but there's now
That's true.
there's now a big enough age gap to where if you bring back the 80s, it's a whole new.
But then do you even see, like, there's nostalgia? I thought about this, like, I'll think about something I did a week ago and feel nostalgic.
Like,
Like,
oh,
watch
that
a
was so
show
great.
for the first time a week ago, and I was like, man, in that moment, watching that show for the first time a week ago, I already feel nostalgic about it.
Yeah,
So maybe it's just, like, there is no... I was thinking, is there, like, a time frame on nostalgia?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think it more
Like, it could be yesterday, you know,
Yeah,
like
that's
the
true.
party we had. You could feel like, oh, in that moment, it was so great.
But then it also relates to older parties that you've had.
Yeah,
like
that's
for us,
true.
when we play down in Wildwood, we usually play down in Wildwood every summer. Immediately, our mind goes to, oh, well, we used to come down here for vacation with our dad. Oh, well, we went down here like 2 years ago to play, and this is what happened and stuff. So,
Yeah.
like nostalgia for me is it's basically you're trying to relive older memories, and it's more positive.
Getting
then-
something familiar.
Yeah, and to me, nostalgia is more of a positive impulse.
But I
and
also
reaction,
think
you know,
think living in the past too much
is
is
not,
not
good.
a good thing.
No.
That you gotta end up moving on past those things and venture out. Like if you listen to one album every day, like all the time, you only have your set albums and you don't venture outside of that, you're not doing yourself any justice because
Yeah.
you're not recreating those
Well,
or
what's
having new
interesting
memories.
Is for the honeymooners, even though it should create something nostalgic, like I remember our family would watch it, I was never into it. And I don't, when I watch it, I try and think about where that was in the beginning of my life.
Yeah.
I completely tuned it out, but now all
Yeah.
of a sudden I'm into it, but it feels nostalgic
Yeah.
because I hated it at the time period.
So, you're
So
like
I'm nostalgic
reverse
about
nostalgic.
like hating it. I'm like, oh, I wish I liked it back then.
This is gonna kind of come across because I have the college degree now, so it's gonna come across as philosophical.
Oh, jeez.
There we go,
Everybody
Vanessa.
goes to college and they think they're a philosophizer.
but
Vanessa's in her 20s and she's 60 at heart.
but what I'm saying is, I think with a lot of people out there, when you're growing up, and you're growing up in whatever time period, I think people have this inherent trait to try and relate themselves outside of their time period. You know how some people who are older and our age are like, oh, I feel like I belong in the 1920s, or oh, I wish I grew up in the 70s of the hippie area.
yeah.
Or I feel like I wanted to grow up in the disco era and go like to all the disco clubs and stuff. Or I wanted to be around in the 90s when the clothes were like funky and crazy. Or even the 2000s, going back and saying, oh, I miss the 2000s. I think there's a lot of people out there that have this inherent ability to try and relate to the past to define who they are or help create a personality
Yeah.
for
But
who
I
they
also
are now.
Well,
think-
that's a sign of social deviance. Is you're trying to stand out and do something completely abnormal
Mhm.
from what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
Because like how we dress isn't how kids are dressing now, where they have short shorts
Yeah.
and not that there's anything wrong with guys wearing short shorts, but it's like
No.
then they wear polos
Yeah.
and they try and dress like they all
Boat
own
shoes
a
and-
boat,
yeah.
you know.
They're all a part of a yachting club.
And
Yeah.
Pop
exactly.
collars are cool now.
Exactly. And that's how, the gangsters in every neighborhood dress now, which is actually kind of weird because I remember I was talking with Kayla about it, that it would be that I remembered going to the mall and seeing the mall rats
Mhm.
wearing like wife beaters.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
True. And like sagging baggy pants, and they all skateboarded. Now they only longboard and they wear preppy clothes.
And they're fancy.
And they're like the mall rats.
Yeah.
So
It's so weird how things
Times
just.
they are changing.
And I think because we're growing up in this more technology oriented time period, you have
I was gonna mention that.
well,
yeah,
and
go
what I
ahead.
was going to say is that you have kids who are probably our age, 20 to 90, who are kind of feeling weird of this sort of reliance on technology. The kids who are like 20 and under, they're growing up with it right now, so they don't understand what it was like to have a floppy disk, or they don't understand what it was. They've always had it. I think after the year 2015, any kid who is in high school at that point, they've always had some sort of technology. And they've always had access to an iPad and an iPod,
Right.
an iPhone. But the people who are our age, 20 to 80, they remember what it was like before technology and the change of technology. So I think that people, like you said, Chris, are trying to socially deviate from what's happening right now
Mhm.
because it's almost like we feel like we're being put in this bubble.
And I just
you know?
wonder if like styles like for us like Nickelodeon are coming back because that was like the advent of like children's
Yeah.
cartoons, television. I know you had Bugs Bunny and all the other ones from our parents' age, which I'm sure they're not proud that that we have to say
yeah.
parents' age. But
yeah.
for us it was like that was the dawn of like a new type of entertainment. So
We talked about that in my child's media class, and
Mhm.
we said almost as like you were talking about, to give a name to it, the golden age of children's television
right.
was pretty much from like the mid 90s to 2008, kind of
Wow.
around there. And when you think about all the shows, it wasn't just, it's not good TV. You think of Transformers, Teenage Mutant
Yeah, it
Ninja
wasn't
Turtles.
don't
Even in the 80s,
We
like,
tried rewatching the Spider-Man show and it was like garbage.
yeah, and it's just you had just a huge influence of all these networks were trying to put out a bunch of shows to kind of influence marketing. They were using television as marketing tools
Right.
to grow action figures and stuff like that. But now you don't really have that anymore. You don't have Nickelodeon shows trying to sell products or sell a movie and stuff like that.
And I would just say the one point I want to make is that nostalgia sells because this Friends reboot that's happening
Yeah.
on HBO.
Reboots
The,
are
the
huge
cast
now,
members
too.
are making $2.5 to $3 million
A piece.
to do the reboot.
Yeah.
For the show Friends.
And that was the issue.
For
that-
making a decent show.
How for making like the okay show of the 90s.
no, but you know what the reboot is? It's just one episode.
Yeah, I know. 2.5 one episode.
One episode.
2.5 million. Ah.
But what do they have left to establish?
It's almost like a "Where Are They Now" type episode.
I'm sorry.
I feel like
Sleepless Mind Entertainment. I know it's your favorite show, but
I feel like
I gotta say Seinfeld's better.
with something
I know
with
you
something
and Jackie June would disagree with me.
with something like Friends, I feel like it's almost things are just better left unsaid.
Yeah. Well,
Where-
that's why Seinfeld doesn't want to come back.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You, just go,
got to let stuff die with them in the prison.
Yep.
Or them getting out of prison.
Yeah.
Did they get out?
No, no,
I
they
didn't.
didn't.
I hate
No.
the. That's the
was the
actually
worst-
one episode of the 2 episodes of Seinfeld that. Yeah, did you
Oh,
Seinfeld?
yeah.
Oh, you are right about that. Seinfeld does not have Jennifer.
The woman who does
Aniston.
not age.
She does. She's a fine
Her
wine.
her and Paul Rudd, they are the same after they hit 30. It's
Yep.
kind of like they're 30.
That's
like,
pretty neat, though. I
you know.
mean, good for them.
Yeah.
But
Seinfeld has
I can't watch that last episode of Seinfeld though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've tried.
I was gonna say it
I've
has
tried,
the worst
it's-
ending.
I
Yeah.
know nothing of that last episode for the most part.
Or at least with Friends, you know, you get they all move out
Yeah.
and everything like that. But I feel like you should just leave it in question until they offer you $2.6 million for the actors. Then they're like, oh yeah, we'll blow the surprise for
Yeah,
everybody
Exactly. But
to reap in their
Yeah,
millions.
nobody's as fine as Reba.
to put a bow kind of on this, like I'll ask you guys like kind of one last question. Where do you think nostalgia is going to lead us into, you know, sort of like the next 10 years? Do you think people are going to reminisce on what we are living in kind of right now, or do you think it's kind of just going to still revert back to 90s and before?
It's gonna be weird having grandparents listening to rap.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. You know.
Like I know that Grandma and Grandpa always talk about, you know, listening to polka music, and Grandma Lori's favorite artist was John Denver
Mhm.
and all of that. And so it's just gonna be weird to hear people saying, "You remember when Wiz Khalifa was around?"
You remember listening to Slipknot when we were children?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And that's the thing. Like I
Remember going into the pit?
bumping elbows with everybody, throwing hands. And that's the thing. I don't think
Remember
me,
crowd killing? Oh, those were some good times in those gent days.
me personally.
I feel like it's gonna go in an end. Sorry to cut you off,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's gonna be an endless cycle of going through different time periods
Well, and
of
that's-
how it's just going to keep going, like jumping from one time
And-
period to the next. But it's
Yeah.
that mix,
This
that
is
the
a-
mixing up.
and
that's-
that's
This is a good question, though. My biggest question is, who are tomorrow's music legends? Like, I think about
Triple addiction.
triple addiction. All
I'm thinking
the way.
about though, like, is there going to be another Eddie Van Halen on guitar? Is there already, and we're just talking about him right now? Like, will there ever be somebody that?
There never will be because of internet exposure.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. You know,
Nothing secret.
you used to have to be in this incredible band to be found out, but nowadays you could be in your basement making
Not
a couple
even that
videos
is-
called John's Drum
You
Studio.
could
and then-
stand on a street
know.
corner and play guitar, and like Stevie Ray Vaughan and all that, or you know, start playing guitar in prison and all of that,
Yeah.
and you're a huge success because you stand out of this big sea of
Yeah.
everyone
never-
trying to play, you know. But now that everyone is on the internet and that's all anyone looks to find music,
Yeah.
no one goes out to shows.
there will
not-
never,
people go out to shows, but there will never be a king of rock and roll because of internet exposure.
there will never be another one of these Elvises.
Well, and
Never.
I know from
Can't happen.
I
Not
think
possible.
I honestly think the last sort of music icon that I can kind of
Exactly.
think of a little bit is probably almost like a Taylor Swift.
Mm.
You know, where it not saying that her music's good or anything, but just the sort of career that she's had, where she's always been successful at every sort of level, and there's
Yeah.
no one like her.
That's true.
You know,
she's hit a lot of records.
And you know, you have, but now you have like rip-off Taylor Swift people, where it's a lot of young country artist girls who are trying to, you know, mold themselves into almost like a Carrie Underwood. But even Carrie Underwood wasn't Carrie Underwood before. Like, she wasn't her own artist.
Right.
She modeled after
they've
Dolly
been-
Parton,
right.
Loretta Lynn. You know, those are the people who you think of when you think of country music. And you know, I think like they said, you have a lot of artists that are out there who are in this giant pool, and you might have 5 or 10 amazing artists, but you'll never have one that you can kind of point to
Yeah.
and say they are better than everybody.
Joe
I-
brings up a good point.
I
Yeah.
totally agree with that because the other day, and I don't know if I mentioned this in one of the previous podcast things,
Mhm.
but I saw a father teaching his daughter how to skateboard, which I haven't seen in probably, I don't know, just like driving down the street and you know, is that we were taught,
Nostalgia, you brought that up on the first episode.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Nostalgia. Say,
It all
see,
comes
now I
back to
remember it.
episode 6
yeah.
or what
But-
5.
But
7,
I have a
whatever we're at.
huge, because I mentioned that, you know, Kayla's brother wanted to go camping with his friends and
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
love playing video games, but I think that people are getting sick and tired of sitting inside.
Yep.
And it is, or this isn't my hope, but I feel like it's going to be a short burst. Like after everyone's set free, they're gonna be like, yeah, like let
Beach,
technology
let's
die,
go."
let's do it, and then it'll go on for a month, and then everyone's right back to square one.
No, it'll be once cold weather hits, and then cold weather will bring people back to the
Everyone's
technology
like, oh, I
hibernation.
hate the outdoors.
John, what,
Outdoors are stupid.
Chris and I kind of recapped on it. What do you think? Like, do you think that somebody, or you think we're gonna kind of keep going every 10 years back to sort of that nostalgia
Yeah,
thing,
I'd say
or
so.
you think it's
I'd
gonna?
say so. And even then, like with the more, like versions of life that we have, like you could think about how the 80s is different from the 70s, is different from the 60s. The more versions of like modern, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Culture?
like modern culture. The more versions of it we have, the more facets people will be able to call themselves hipsters.
And I know kind of like to branch off of what John was saying. To me, the 70s and the 80s and the 90s are all different. But once you start getting into 2005 to 2010, 2015, 2020, to me, it's all
But
like.
maybe because we're living it.
But I think it's just one expanded timeline.
Now
you
we're
know?
like opening up a lot of cans.
Yeah.
What?
We'll leave it on that.
Yeah.
Just
There we go, man.
still be nostalgic.
Yeah.
And get your kids outside. I guess was the whole
The
point
message.
of like that's the message.
If we could tell you anything is
Watch old
for
TV
nostalgia.
and then
you might learn something.
get on a skateboard.
Yeah.
And
All right.
don't hurt yourself.
You guys ready for the?
That's incredible.
Unless anybody has any questions for us, usually
Comments, concerns,
concerns.
carrier pigeons.
Yeah. Oh, we love the carrier pigeons. But we're gonna do. You want to do the game of the week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do a little game of the
Yeah.
week.
We need an intro for. Oh, there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Blanton.
and Vanna White.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
This week we are going back to Brandon's Wheel of Misfortune. Fortune for me, misfortune for you guys. You never know, because the points don't matter. But for you guys out there at home, the points matter for you.
Notebook.
Oh, the notebook.
Oh, it's upstairs.
Yeah, it might have been upstairs. You want to tell Chris where it is so he can grab a pen too?
It should be like on the living
Here
room
I go.
table.
The living room table.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it was a black notebook. I think.
I think I don't
Yeah.
know.
Blue.
Yeah, it should just be on the
Yeah.
table. I think.
Um,
If not, just grab a sheet of paper.
do you want to talk about again for people who are new anything
Oh,
like the
yeah,
TA
yeah,
tokens
yeah.
and all that stuff?
First off, we are Twitch affiliates
Woo.
now, which is pretty nice. So you can subscribe to our channel.
Wait, John, hold
um,
on. Nice little applause. There you go.
Thank you.
All right.
You can subscribe to our channel each month, and you get yourself some interesting stuff. Not only do you get emojis of us, depending on whatever tier you subscribe at, and I'll put them all up there so you can see them. Ooh, pretty. You also get a free gift from us each month because we want to show our support
Anything
of all
we're
of you and your support to us. And, of course, it's, like, really thoughtful of you to...
And appreciated.
Yeah.
Have we decided on one final thing for this month? Or
Not yet.
Okay.
Month's not over.
All right.
Give me some time.
Yeah.
And then if you have Amazon Prime, which almost the whole world does nowadays, you can use your Amazon Prime account to subscribe to one channel a month for free. It's like, it's a no-brainer.
How much does free cost?
Well, I think it's nothing.
For $0.
$0.
everybody. Zero. No money
So
out of your
for
pocket.
$0, you can subscribe to us. And our Nightbot's going in the chat, so it'll probably pop up again. Once it says Amazon Prime Twitch thing, then you can subscribe to us there. If you haven't already, it's greatly appreciated to us. And then on top of that, all of you guys earn TA tokens. What are those?
Oh,
Well,
man.
I'll tell you. So TA tokens, I'll throw up our leaderboard since Chris isn't here. With the leaderboard should pop up in a second. But the thing about our TA tokens is that every 10 minutes that you're on our stream, you earn 5 TA tokens, 10 consecutive minutes. And as of right now, we got Catherine MacArthur.
Katie MacArthur.
Katie MacArthur. She's
that's
terrible.
a good Irish accent.
She is at the top. And then we've got Soul Slaw second, Sleepless Mind, which Ryan is getting rid of his points and giving them to somebody else. So then it would be
Awesome.
Lou Bob. We will. I still got to take care of that. But
you
regardless,
got rid of the triple addiction one?
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Regardless, what you can do every time you watch our stream and you accumulate these points, you can use them towards our stream store. And in our stream store, You can get T-shirts, stickers, handwritten lyric sheets. I don't know, whatever other TA merch we have up
Yeah.
there. Because for those of you that don't know us, and I'm sure you do, we're Triple Addiction, and we're a band here from Jersey. Friday nights we do our podcast. Sundays we do our full band live stream, and Tuesdays we do our acoustic set.
Mhm.
So that's our Twitch schedule, and yeah, that's
Awesome.
I think I covered everything. If you have questions,
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
The nitty gritty. John, I found this little soundbite before. I feel like that this is going to be you because you've lost 2 weeks in a row for games.
Are there
right?
bots that are on the thing? Because that shouldn't be happening either. I gotta change that.
Yeah.
I like the whole leaderboard system is not working the way I want it to right now. So I'll fix it.
Yeah.
Just give me some time.
Do you hear what I said? You've lost 2 weeks in a row
Yes.
for games.
Mm-hmm.
So John feels like he's almost like this.
I don't want to get paid to lose. I want to win.
I want a queen.
From our favorite movie, or one of our favorite.
One of our
movies.
favorite movies.
Definitely
Alright.
one of
Top
the best movies of all time that Jack Black has ever been in.
Yeah,
10. Can anybody name it?
maybe not.
No, it's definitely a bot. I gotta fix that. Let me fix that. I'm sorry.
So let's see. We'll start with the reigning champ. We'll start
Nah,
with
let's start with the guy
no.
at the bottom.
No, we're gonna go with the reigning
All
champ.
right, let's do it.
Yeah, Chris, spin that wheel.
I declare
Whoops. Not what I wanted.
bankruptcy!
Not what I wanted. No, not yet. Oh, that's so awful. Give me a sec. I'll fix it.
No, I'm getting ready for it. Is
It's
that gonna be
close.
on every spin?
No, it's not. It's not.
No,
it's
no,
only for
no.
when you land on the one. But it gives a little primo.
A primo.
A primo.
A primo. A
Though-
preview.
That hurts if you land the wrong way.
Yeah. So 500 points. Write this down because
Actually, it's only landing the wrong way.
I don't have. Actually, no. I'll write something on here for John and Chris because I have my laptop now in front of me. So I
I'm
can.
just trying to remember the names.
No, you don't.
at the
Just
moment.
whenever people guess.
Yeah.
So, of course, with our Friday game night, you guys can earn TA tokens as well. I throw them in your little TA token bank account once we're done here. Everybody's happy and they love it. So make sure that you answer some questions whenever we ask a question.
Yeah, and they're going to be A, B, C, and D
Okay.
again this
Cool.
week. So
Cool.
we are going to start with Nashville questions.
Whoa.
Oh my.
Like history?
I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Figure it out. So, Chris, the Grand Ole Opry has had numerous homes since 1925, but when did their current location open its doors?
Oh, we went on the whole tour. Like
I
thing.
know.
It was Nacho Libre, Joe.
Yeah.
I think you're
you
behind
get
again.
5 points.
Yeah. So,
I want to win.
A, is it 1956? B, 1969? C, 1974? Or D, 1990? So for everybody out there, the Grand Ole Opry in its
The current.
the current
one.
location, not the Ryman Theater, not when they were at, I think it was a church too. The current location where they're at now, when was the year that they opened its doors? Is it A, 1956, B,
Oh no. Put my phone down.
1969, C, 1974, or D, 1990? And what I'm going to do, John, is I'm going to play some Need to Breathe in the background while we're playing a little game here.
Nice. Well done. Nice.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember like seeing anything on a sign
Yeah.
while we were there. Or like
It's the longest running.
because I know that they had to
Radio
rebuild
show.
it after the flood.
C is 1974, so that's the year for the letter C. So A
Yeah,
is-
do that, Joe.
A is 1956, B is 1969, C is 1974, and D is 1990. So A, B, C, or D?
I remember seeing Charlie Daniels.
I
And that
know.
was super
We have
cool.
the poster back there.
Right above Krausman's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember that he was on stage absolutely shredding on the fiddle and his bow broke mid-song.
Yeah.
He threw it to the side, and one of the guys on side stage, he was in the middle of the stage. And the
He was
other
in the
guy,
middle of a song, too.
Yeah,
it was
he was
like Devil Went Down to Georgia or
no,
something.
it was something different.
Yeah.
And the guy from side stage just whips the bow across stage, and he catches it perfectly and starts playing
Yeah.
again. And I'm like,
Ugh.
how many times do they practice that in a band practice where they're like, just in case my,
Bow
in case
breaks.
the horse hairs
Yeah.
break,
Yeah.
as they call it.
All right.
So cool. And what I liked about the Grand Ole Opry was that it was only like each artist got 3 songs and Charlie Daniels got like 6
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
I think it was more than that. It was like 10.
No, he didn't. No way.
Yeah,
No way. He didn't have that many.
Oh, yeah, that was a
Um,
long lineup, too.
Everybody did like 5 songs maybe at
Yeah.
most.
All right. For 500 points, what do you say, Chris? A, B,
I'm
C, or
going
D?
to say B because I feel like it was around, I don't know.
You're saying B?
Yeah.
Incorrect. The answer is actually C, 1974.
Yeah.
1974 is when they
So
opened
how
up their
many-
doors at the new location. And which
Got
is actually
1, 2, 2.
which is actually crazy because remember they mentioned that in 2010 when they had the flood.
Yep.
The whole Opry Hall flooded, and it took them, I think they said about a year to get it back to restoration, and they finally opened it back up. But they were actually going back to the Ryman Theater and to I think the previous church location too, where they had previous shows,
Right.
and they were doing shows out of there. They did a couple there.
That's crazy.
It actually, I don't know if it might have been a year. It might have been like a couple months. So, yeah, totally crazy. All right. So, Chris, unfortunately, you do not have any points.
Ah.
That's okay. John,
Ah.
spin that wheel.
Yeah.
Spin that wheel.
I mean, yeah.
I declare. Bring on the
Ooh.
early.
For 82,496
Are you kidding me?
points.
Where did you
Oh
come
my
up with
gosh,
that bogus
yeah, that's
number?
what I'm talking
It's
about.
our birthday. 82496.
Wow.
It's our birthday. And there's only one of them on the board.
That's
Even
awesome.
a random number's thought out.
All right.
If you got 2 of those, I mean, even if you get 1.
So,
You're-
for the second, each category has 2 questions.
All right.
So the second Nashville question: when we went to the Florida Georgia Line House for the kickoff of the 2017-2018 NFL season, which two?
How many people were in the room?
Yeah.
2.
Which two teams were playing? Is it A, the Titans and Giants?
Oh, I know exactly who it was.
B, the Patriots and Chiefs. C, the Steelers and Cardinals. Or D, the Seahawks and Patriots. So the kickoff game for the 2017 and 18 season for the NFL, my brothers and I, we went to the Florida Georgia Line House.
We sat on the rooftop bar.
Yeah, you remember the dessert we had?
I remember
Yeah.
the girl you tried to hit on.
No.
No.
It was more of a bet. It was
It
more
was
of a
more
bet.
It was
like
more
a,
of a bet
you
to start
can't do it.
conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
This
And
guy
she was
can't
from
stop.
Texas.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was around the time of the hurricane that
Yeah,
happened there
the
or
hurricane,
something.
yep.
And you said, "Oh, that's nice." And she's like, "Oh, not really."
Because I said, "Oh, what are you doing in Nashville?" And she said, "Oh, I'm staying with a family member." And I said, "Well, where are you from?" She said, "Texas, but I have to be up here for the hurricane." I said, "Oh, that's nice." She said, "Not really, because my home got decimated." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I will
Good
see
talking
you.
to you.
I will
Good,
see
nice
you."
talking to you.
Yep. And so, yes.
So say the names
So-
of the teams again.
So that was actually Lou Bob. That was 3 years ago, way before I met your beautiful face,
Aw.
and you are.
So can we get on with
Don't
it?
worry, he's in the clear.
Yeah.
I can attest to that. They have not contacted each other since he stuck his foot in his mouth.
Yeah. So the options were A, the Titans versus Giants, B, the Patriots versus Chiefs, C, the Steelers versus Cardinals, or D, the Seahawks versus the Patriots or the Packers.
All right, got it.
Just make a guess before you go, because you could earn some points.
So the people that are out there, what says you?
There we go.
Oh, and also too, when you become a subscriber It's for all subscribers. They can get the TA symbol as their
as their
icon, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
their badge. I think it's
Yeah.
called.
So if you look at Mary Love 896,
But
she has her
I
TA
think it's
logo.
only the first 10 subscribers get
Oh.
that first thing that's
that's-
next to their
Wow.
name.
That's awesome.
But all the rest, like Mary Love 896, has the TA thing.
K Marie, I don't know, and then she put the woman
Going
sign.
with the women guesses, except for Lucy.
Go. What was? Give me the.
So, A, Titans and Giants, B, Patriots and Chiefs, C, Steelers and Cardinals, or D, Seahawks and Packers.
All right, I got it. Can I get my answer?
Yes, you can.
B.
He says B, Patriots and Chiefs. Chris, is he correct or incorrect?
He's so correct.
He's correct. Yes.
He just
Because-
got 82,000 points.
I was going to go with, I thought it was Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Yep. You remember how awesome that game was, though,
Because
too?
it's the reigning champ against who?
Whoever.
Whoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
so
all right.
so the Patriots won that previous year because they
so
beat the.
Lucy does not. She does not. Unfortunately, is that even a phrase?
No, she said B.
She said
No,
B.
I was gonna say she doesn't get 82,000 points.
Oh,
but
yeah.
The
So she
Atlanta Falcons.
the Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah. But she yeah, I mean, wow.
All right, 82,000, whatever,
To
how many
0.
points?
It's a 0.
I think I've got this one locked in.
We-
All right,
why
go
would
ahead,
you
Craftsman.
create that?
Spin that
but
wheel.
he could get bankruptcy though.
Very well.
And you know
how many bankruptcy
One.
spaces are there?
One.
But-
Exactly.
but you know how often this thing lands on
Go
bankruptcy.
ahead, Craftsman.
Spin the wheel. Confidently.
yeah, spread the wealth.
There you go. You're starting somewhere.
200
Oh.
points.
333 points.
Why?
Whoops.
333 points.
All right.
All right. So now the category, freaky fruits.
Okay.
Freaky fruits.
I feel like I'd be good at this.
That's what I'm
category.
saying. So, which of these listed fruits is the actual real fruit? So I'm going to give you a list of 4 fruits. One of them is real. The other one's
Yep.
not real.
I get it.
So, is it A, breadfruits, B, charmelons, C, fuzzy Turks, D, sweet fairy berries?
It's between 2 for me, Cat.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Is breadfruit real?
That shirt tells me this game is fixed.
So, which of these listed 4 fruits is actually the real fruit? Is it A, breadfruits, B, charmelons, C, fuzzy Turks, or D, sweet fairy berries?
Go ahead, Craftsman, and give it a guess.
D.
He says D. Waiting on some
Let's see
responses.
what everyone says.
We got 1 D, couple B's,
Yeah.
an A.
Let's
Aw,
team up.
A, B, C, and D. Mary Love, I'm sorry. We won't count that. A is breadfruits. B is charmelons.
I was gonna say B sounds right, but
C is fuzzy Turks.
my luck, it's gonna be breadfruit.
Fuzzy Turk, I don't know about that.
That sounds weird.
And D is sweet fairy berries.
Fuzzy Turk doesn't sound like a fruit. It just sounds like a way to describe a person.
A fuzzy Turkish fellow?
It could be a fruit.
A fuzzy man from Turkey?
All right. So
yeah,
you're
Charmelon. Isn't that a Pokemon?
Go ahead.
all right.
Chris.
So what do you say?
I already said it.
You said D.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Yep.
The answer is breadfruits.
Don't.
Breadfruits. Charmelons. Yeah, it's not real. Fuzzy
I was gonna
Turks.
say, don't you dare say breadfruit.
Breadfruit.
What do they look
They're
like?
like green. They almost look like a mango. Not a mango. What's cantaloupe outside? Like almost like a greenish.
But
look.
why are they called breadfruit?
I don't know. So
It's worth a Google at some point.
yeah.
If
exactly.
somebody can give me that answer, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, maybe you'll get 84,000 points again.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
All right.
John Laurie spinning the wheel.
If you get another
Don't land on
82,000, I'm going to
bankruptcy.
bed.
Oh! Ooh.
I'm going to bed.
Oh.
Oh, yeah!
I'm going to bed.
No,
Good night, you
Chris,
guys.
no,
I'll see
don't.
ya.
Don't, no.
Chris signing off.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Wow. All right. John. John.
Nice.
For 82,496 more points, which of these is my least favorite fruit?
What
Jeez.
colors are the American flag?
Yeah. So, this is a question about me. So, which of these listed fruits are my least favorite? Is it A, raspberries, B, blueberries, C, pears, or D, pineapples?
I know one of them definitely isn't. You love. Yeah, time for me to go to Atlantic City.
We would, but John and I don't really gamble. We gambled once in Ocean City, and we won $200-something.
Well, it was Atlantic City, actually.
Atlantic City, not Ocean. We were in Ocean City, but then we went to Atlantic City
right.
at the Hard Rock.
I thought that for. Yeah, never mind.
So the question is, which of these listed fruits is my least favorite?
I got it.
My personal least favorite. Braxton Laurie. Is it A, raspberries, B, blueberries, C, pears, D, pineapple?
Well,
Easy.
your shirt doesn't tell me that you eat any fruit. So that narrows it down.
And the meal that we just had doesn't confirm that either.
The texture of breadfruit when cooked is like bread. Fantastic.
Huh. Look at that. John, it's like another thing. The more you know.
The more you know.
Yeah.
We need that as like
Wow.
a thing. Oh wow.
We need the Owen Wilson
I
sound
have-
effect
You know,
I
of
have-
just
wow.
wow whenever
I have
someone
it.
says something interesting.
Oh wow. His movie Midnight in Paris is incredible.
What's that?
It's a movie about he's an author, and him and his wife go on a trip to Paris. But every time at midnight, a car, like an old style 20s taxi cab,
Yeah.
comes and picks him up.
Uh-huh.
And he goes and he talks to all of these authors because he himself is an author.
Yeah.
So all of these old authors, I think Ernest Hemingway's there.
Oh, so
and-
they're all like dead authors.
yeah, but right, and then he
Ah.
ends up falling in love with one of the women that was like some I don't know.
Oh, but it's not like his wife is like
Right.
a bad person.
Right, well,
Yeah.
his wife's a complete loser.
Mm.
But I don't want to spoil the movie.
Totally gets the points.
All right, John, what's your answer?
I'm going with A because you don't like the fuzz.
He says A. You're incorrect.
Oh,
I was gonna say pear.
Pear.
I've
Pear?
never seen
Why?
you eat a pear in my life.
I hate pears.
Why?
To me, it's like
My next gut instinct was pear.
yeah, they are the weird apple's cousin.
I just don't like how they taste.
Yeah, they're bland. Like there's no like at least with a raspberry you get a little bit of like a juicy like I got past the hair on the outside because it's more of the taste of the raspberry.
Well, also, like,
You
it
know.
only gets worse over time, but if you get the raspberries at the right time, you
Yeah.
barely notice it.
Exactly. Yeah.
What an exciting podcast for all of you.
I know.
We're talking about fruits.
Fruits with hair on it.
All right, Craftsman, spin that wheel.
Hey, maybe you're gonna get 82,000 now.
I'm going to get 100. You just watch. You just watch. Can I declare bankruptcy yet?
Oh, here we go. 1. A 3-digit.
I get
One.
one pen.
Oh, I
All right.
actually like a good pear. I could eat a pear.
And now, Chris, mind you, if he gets bankruptcy at the very end and you answer no other question and get this one right, you're gonna be the winner. So just like keep
Yeah.
hope. Keep hope.
Wait, hold on real quick. What's a Bosch pear?
A what?
A Bosch pear. We'll wait for a response. I just want
Oh,
figure it
yeah,
out.
I don't know. So this category, game station. Let's get a couple questions about games. So
I don't even care if I get this right. It's not going to make a difference.
of these,
I'm not winning. Just yeah. I mean, I could get bankruptcy.
which of these games was our favorite to play growing up?
That's a very subjective question.
Yeah.
But there's only one answer.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Was it the
You
one
were
we
really
could,
scraping the barrel for.
Oh,
for
was it the
questions,
one
right?
that we could not obtain?
No. So is it A, Mario Party 4, B, Marvel Nemesis, C, Simpsons Hit and Run, or D, Madden 2007?
A,
I know
B,
which
and
one.
C.
I know which
D.
one it wasn't. It definitely wasn't D.
I don't know.
Because you were always too good at Madden.
No, but also Madden 07 was the worst one. 08 was the best one. And I remember we had a conversation about this. So if it's 07, I still get the points.
I know we're
No.
talking a lot about pop culture here, and like us watching TV and movies. And,
Tiddlywinks
and
is
video games, but
my
we do music
favorite.
too.
Yeah.
We do play music, people.
But-
oh boy, it
But
doesn't-
I wanted these questions to go about the
All right,
nostalgia.
no, yeah,
you
that's
know?
great.
No,
Yeah.
but it just depends on the year because I thoroughly remember playing all of those games equally,
yeah.
except for Madden. 2007, 2008 was by far the best one.
Like I said, there's
We-
one.
I'd go
one
with
clear
one
answer.
Well, because
Earn
I,
that point.
no, because I will explain. We thoroughly played Mario Party with our friends, where we had parties at our house.
Mhm.
Marvel Nemesis,
Same.
the cousins got it
Yeah.
for us, and we would have everybody over and have the same parties like we did Mario Party.
Yeah.
Then what was the next one?
Simpsons Hit and Run.
We spent a whole vacation in the Outer Banks playing that.
Yeah.
On rainy days.
Yeah.
So we have spent equal amount of time playing these 3 games,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna say Mario Party A because that is the one that we still play the most.
What would you have said?
I'd say A.
You're correct. Mario Party.
Great.
Yeah. 1 point. Hey, listen, that's awesome. 1 point. You're back on the board. You know. All right, John.
My
you wanna, Yeah.
turn.
Spin that. What if he gets 82,000? again?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Let's spin that wheel.
Hold on. Oh man, I think I forgot to give people their points the last time.
Ah.
Look at that.
Hold on.
Chris.
Yes.
I declare bankruptcy!
Yes.
So,
So now, Chris, you're in the lead.
Hold
with
on.
1 point.
Oh no one got it right the last time.
No.
So but everybody got Mario Party, I think.
Yeah. Mario Party was A.
This is crazy.
But now you spin again.
Is that what happens in the Wheel of Fortune?
It doesn't. But I'm going to do it this way. This way the questions are even.
But then if you miss it, then you get the 42,000 again, 82,000.
If he spins
262.
if he spins
All right.
on it. 262 points. All right, John. For 262 points, of these games that are listed, which one came out in 1949? So this is throwing it back.
Oh, jeez.
So of these games listed, of the 4 that I'm about to list, which one came out in 1949? Is it A, Chutes and Ladders, B, Monopoly, C, Mousetrap, or D, Candyland? 1949. So is it A, Chutes and Ladders, B, Monopoly, C, Mousetrap, or D, Candyland?
Game is still fixed.
Chutes and Ladders. All of them are fun games.
I'm not a Chutes and Ladders guy. I like a game that makes you think.
I didn't even homework the board game, everybody.
Yeah.
See, this
You have
is
to
where
read the
me-
manual 10 times and do your homework. You have to watch YouTube tutorials on how to play a board game.
That's where me and Chris differ. I would much rather do that.
No, I'm all for, like, we played Suspicion with our mom on Saturday, and we also played Clue. We played
It was a Mother's
You
Day
Blew It.
Yep.
So, like, those games I'm totally cool with. I just don't like the ones where you have to try and imagine, like, what the character's thinking, and you have to try and pick apart their life story and how they got there and where they want to be in life, but they're not there. Or you're stuck in a haunted house,
Oh, that's a great game.
and you have to collect all of the
gems.
gems and approach the wizard in a silly fashion in order to get through a gate. Like, that's just, like, I can't do it.
All right, John, what do you say?
I didn't even
I'm
hear the
going
question.
with I'm gonna say Chutes and Ladders.
How many points?
200 something.
Was it 262?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're incorrect.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the question? Sorry.
What
which
was it?
Which of the 4 games came out in 1949? Chutes and Ladders, Monopoly, Mousetrap, or Candyland?
What is it?
Chutes and Ladders came out in 1943. Mousetrap was in 1963. And Monopoly was in 1935. So the answer is Candyland. Candyland is the answer. So D, D is the answer.
Nice.
Isn't
So,
that crazy though? That
Our lovely relative from Minnesota got it right.
I mean, you figure Monopoly is the oldest, right? Right after the Great
And
Depression.
Joseph.
After you know, in the roaring 20s, you know, Great Depression, and then Monopoly, you know. Win some paper money. Couldn't spend it, but you win some, you know.
I had no idea it was that old either.
Yeah.
It's old.
All right.
I know
knew they
what
were
game
all
was in
fairly
the
old.
was in the 80s though. Payday.
Payday.
Yeah.
No, that was 70.
No, thought it was like 81.
Nope.
78?
Yeah, something like that.
No, that sounds
All
about
right.
right.
Chris, you ready to spin that wheel?
Do you guys remember Pretty Pretty Princess? No, we do not.
No. Can't say we ever played that one.
All
I
right.
can strongly say I've never played that one.
Chris, you want to spin it? Spin the wheel. Bada boom.
Is it
Ah.
one?
Well, 201.
What's with all these weird numbers?
It's about the points there.
There we go. All
So,
right, let it flow.
201 points.
Yep.
The category. Do you even lift, bro? That's the category. So,
I don't. I just look like this.
So, who won the strongest man competition in 2019?
Huh?
The question, who won the strongest man competition in 2019? Is it A, Eddie
AUS
Hall?
Thermo.
Is it A, Eddie Hall? B, Martin Lickis? C, Brian Shaw? Or D, Joel Chang?
I think it was Joel Chang.
I know the answer I want to go with. Oh, I am not riding right now because we have to do this. Otherwise, I would be. I actually was going to ride today until I
Yeah,
wanted
you
to
could do
come
it
home
tomorrow.
and
Well,
work.
you probably can't do it tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe after we move Brandon out of his apartment.
Yeah, that's
I could
right.
Go out for a bit.
Tomorrow is moving day.
Or move out of your
Move
apartment.
out
Move into.
day.
Move out day. Excited.
I want to go with Joel Chang because he's one of the strongest guys I know.
So again, I'll repeat the answers. Strongest man in 2019, is it A, Eddie Hall, B, Martin Lickis, C, Brian Shaw, or D, Joel Chang?
I want to go with D so bad, but I feel like I've heard of Edward before. I don't think I've heard of the other guys.
Hmm.
So,
All the names are real. They're not made up.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but haven't heard of.
I got you.
That,
No, I
you
know
know.
what you, I know what you mean. So the other names we have A, Eddie Hall, B, Martin Lickis, C, Brian Shaw, or D, Joel Chang.
If it's not Joel Chang, I'll be thoroughly surprised.
I think it might be between A and C. I'll just go with A.
Says A.
I'll go with my gut.
I'm sorry, you're incorrect.
Nah.
It is B, Martin Lickis.
Ah.
The name Eddie Hall, he's won like a lot of strongman competitions. I think he's won about 4, something like that. So you kind of had that in your mind, but unfortunately, it is B. He first time.
What year did Eddie Hall win?
I think he won 4. I think strongman competitions like previous years. I think he was supposed to. I think he won 2018. But Martin Lickis won his first one in 2019.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, you're still at 1 point, but John has 0 points, so you're still in the lead.
There
You're
we
still in the
go.
lead.
Yeah. All right, John,
That's what I'm talking
It's a
about.
beautiful thing.
spin that wheel. Wow, they just really want you to just like rub it in with the.
I declare bankruptcy!
Yes. yeah.
So you can't lose more than what you already have, which is 0. So we'll spin that again. $510.
Great.
510 points.
Oops.
Okay, so the question, still with, do you even lift, bro? What is Ryan, who is our oldest cousin, his personal record for squats?
Oh, jeez.
If you love your cousin, you will know this answer. So, our oldest
Is
cousin.
it in, wait, did you say pounds or kilos?
Pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you called him this morning.
Our oldest cousin is a power lifter. He is
The strongest man in New Jersey.
yeah,
And
exactly.
maybe the world.
Yeah. He just hasn't competed for the strongest man competition yet, so that's why he
Not
wasn't
yet.
listed on there. So
He doesn't need to. It's beneath him.
yeah. So his personal record for squats, is it A?
It's all an open guess.
I'm guessing too
Yeah.
here. So.
Is it A, 484 pounds,
Uh-huh.
B, 602 pounds, C, 520 pounds, or D, 579 pounds?
Squat. Now,
For squat.
I was at Ryan's meet back in.
We were
That
all.
was June of
No,
last-
no,
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 you
no.
you went
I went to Philly.
Yeah. That was in November, I think.
November. I got out of work and drove.
Do the answers again, because I actually want to guess.
So A, 484 pounds,
Come on, that's weak.
B,
Weak.
602 pounds, C, 520 pounds, or D, 579 pounds.
I'm going.
I got it.
I've got it.
I think.
Let people give some answers.
Because
here.
I remember them talking about the kilos.
Like the correlation between kilos and pounds.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got an answer. You ready?
I am ready.
B.
You
That
think-
is
you think
also mine because
602 pounds strong.
Because there were some people there that were repping 602.
he can bench at least half. And that's why I said at least, because it's way more.
What's the answer?
The answer is D.
What?
579.
I knew he was close to 600.
Yeah.
though.
579.
I thought that 602 was like one of those things where
he slightly just
where,
got over
where
600.
He says like, all right, what's the mark to beat? All right, I'll add 2 pounds on
Yeah.
top of that.
Just to like be that much stronger.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant the question was, what will Ryan squat
Oh, I see.
this year?
I see.
Definitely 700.
So, yeah.
602 in the fall. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So unfortunately, 579 now, but in the future, 2000.
So it was D.
D. D is the
And
answer.
Tommy got it right.
Yep. Wow.
We'll create a bracket for Tommy.
Nice. Nice. Good job. All right.
He knows his nephew.
Yep.
Go
All right.
ahead, Craftsman. Spin that wheel.
82,000, 82,000, 82,000.
All right, slowly climbing up.
Hey, 445.
I can't believe I had like the world in the palm of my hand. and I
All
lost
right.
it all.
So, the question categories are now, are you surreal? Questions about cereal.
Oh my gosh.
So, we all like a good, healthy, hearty breakfast. So,
I don't eat breakfast.
in that case, which of these cereals contain the most sugar?
Count Chocula.
The ones that I'm about to list. Which of these 4 cereals contain the most sugar? Is it A, Pops, B, Lucky Charms, C, Honey Smacks, or D, a Cocoa Crisp, a Cookie Crisp,
Oh, Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp, a Cookie Crisp?
Are we talking about when they first came out or
No, just
right now?
right now. So,
Because I'll go through each one.
so
It depends because Pops have got that weird thin sugary coating
mhm.
around them. Lucky Charms, that's straight up marshmallow. But it's got a lot of the grains in it, which offsets it.
Or does it? We don't know. I know. Again, you don't know.
But the next one is
Was Honey Smacks.
Honey Smacks. Honey's got sugar. It's a very tiny, tiny bit of honey. I know that. It's mainly a grain. Or
And
a
then-
factory-made
And
grain.
then D is Cookie Crisp.
At Cookie Crisp.
So, what is your answer?
I'm just going to say it's probably the one that I'm not, going to go with.
Then
but
do
I'll say
you go with it?
I'll go with Lucky Charms because I feel like it is packed with sugar.
Lucky Charms did not even make the top 10. Actually, no, it did.
Are you serious?
It's not Lucky Charms.
So then what is it?
The answer is C, Honey Smacks.
Really?
Honey Smacks.
Wow.
Yep, Honey Smacks has the most sugar
That's crazy.
for cereal.
It's nice to know
Let me spin
everyone's
this
not
wheel up.
Googling it.
Yeah, Honey Smacks.
Thanks for playing like.
Playing like champions. And losing like men and women. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 82,000. Give me the question.
Yeah, Pops is very
Brandon.
sweet.
All right, Captain Crunch was also
Captain
listed.
Crunch has razor blades in it.
All
Yeah.
three or all four of the answers that I gave were listed in the top 10.
I eat cereal without milk.
Weirdo. All right.
M-E-L-K, baby.
Milk.
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 Does
All
anybody
right.
else pronounce it milk or is it milk? Or milk?
Milk. Milk is just...
Y'all want some milk?
All right. So, what was the most popular cereal in the year of 2019? So last year, most popular cereal, like gross sales
Yeah,
and all
gotcha,
that stuff.
gotcha.
So, is it A, Honey Nut Cheerios, B, Frosted Flakes, C, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, or D, Raisin Bran? So the most popular cereal of 2019. Honey Nut Cheerios
Honey
for
Nut
A,
Cheerios.
B is Frosted Flakes, C is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and D is Raisin Bran.
This is tough.
Raisin Braxton.
I just think about all the households. Remember, like it's like a thing that parents give their little newborn a bag of Cheerios.
Welcome to the world. Here's a bag of Cheerios.
That's what I'm thinking of. And people are trying to be, well, I better be heart healthy. Plus, there's all of the. Now, does this include the variations?
Think
don't
about
know.
all of the commercials.
No, these are the straightforward
Gotcha.
Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Raisin Bran.
Frosted Flakes, I feel like, just fell short of
Yeah.
the hype.
But you also think about too how many people eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch for the
I know,
milk,
but I'm
the
going.
cinnamon milk,
I'm going with.
the,
I'm-
c- the,
can I-
ci- the cinnamon
I'm
milk.
going with A, because I just think about all the little children in their car seats eating Cheerios and then throwing them everywhere.
Yep.
Like that feels like a
It's-
thing. Am I right?
It's the backup pacifier.
We'll wait for more answers just to see. If anybody else, most
think,
most popular cereal of 2019, is it A?
I think a couple of people are behind. I think AUS is behind.
Yeah.
Our good old friend or good old relative from Minnesota, Joe. Lucy may have signed off.
So the question. Most popular cereal of I know this song too.
We played it last night.
I know, but I remember it from something else too. All right. So, the answer is A. Honey Nut
Yeah.
Cheerios.
Nice.
Honey Nut Cheerios from Statista.com in millions of dollars, $481.03 million.
That must be awesome
Wow.
to like work for Honey Nut
Yeah.
Cheerios.
Frosted Flakes is 2.
I
Cinnamon
like
to-
the chocolate Honey Nut
Cinnamon
Cheerios.
Toast Crunch is 3, and Fruit Loops is like towards the bottom. Or I'm sorry, Raisin Bran is like 177 million. So, but still, like you said, the Honey Nut Cheerios with the kids, with the newborns and everything. That's like the ultimate snack
What's
for
the
little children.
Mom,
uproar with Toucan Sam? Is there an uproar that I don't know about?
I don't know.
Because I do like Fruit Loops.
Yeah, we'll look it
I
up.
do like the baby nut.
All right,
So I get
The-
how many points?
you get
Thank
82,496.
you. I just want it to be
Chris
said
has
out
one now.
loud.
Did you guys forget that the peanut guy got resurrected?
Yeah, into the little baby.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I don't know what the toucan looks like nowadays.
All right,
I don't really like
I
how
don't like when
all
they
look-
change mascots either. Maybe that's the whole nostalgia thing for me. Like, I would rather buy Coke in a bottle nowadays. Nostalgia. All right, Krausman, spin that wheel, yo. Yeah.
drain
Every
in
time we
buckets.
spin the wheel, we should have Fred Durst go, yeah. All right.
510.
Yeah.
510. The category for questions 11 and 12. Seinfeld.
Fantastic.
Seinfeld themed questions. All right. So, question 11. R.I.P. Jerry Stiller.
Yep.
R.I.P.
True.
Jerry Stiller. So this-
You wait. Chris has to spend, or did he?
No,
I-
500,
Oh, that's right.
510.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, how many times did Frank Costanza appear on the show, the character?
Yeah, give this one to Chris.
This is like the Kramer question. How many times did he enter Jerry's door?
Yeah, exactly. So, is it A, 34 episodes, B, 50 episodes, C, 29 episodes, or D, 46 episodes? And this isn't counting the what was it? The one guy who played Frank Costanza.
No, nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody else played.
Oh,
Frank.
okay. Yeah.
Somebody played Jerry's dad.
Oh, that's what it was. That's
Yeah.
what it was. So this
Morty
is
was different.
this is about Jerry Stiller, R.I.P. Jerry Stiller, a character on Seinfeld, Frank Costanza. Did you see that Jerry never gave him notes for
Yep.
the show?
I read that this morning.
Yeah,
That Jerry just
let him do whatever
let
he
him do
wanted.
it. They never adjusted. They never adjusted Jerry Stiller's lines and said, "Hey, could you maybe say it more like this?" They just let him riff, and he would like mispronounce words or like, he would just, and whether he was doing it on purpose or just because he forgot a line,
Yeah,
they just let him riff,
Yeah.
and whatever it
Nice.
was, that's what it stayed, and that's
Exactly.
so awesome.
yeah.
'Cause
It's
it-
just talent.
I mean, the whole character of George's dad is
Well,
incredible.
weren't you saying last week that his type of character was supposed to be completely different?
Yep. I read an article that said that they were going to make, now for the people that don't know Seinfeld, I'm sorry, but they were going to make George's dad, Frank, very subdued and mild-mannered and just, very low-key, and have Estelle be the screaming
yeah,
mother. But I forget how it actually happened, but they're like, why don't we just like ramp up both of them and just have them have shouting
Just-
matches all the time?
Yeah.
Just George Costanza stuck in the middle.
yeah,
And that's what, and then Jerry had said that, it kind of rounded out his character. You kind of figure out, this is
Yeah.
why George is that way. is
yeah.
'cause it-
Like very like weird and
so it
kinda like
made it just, those little things that go into a show. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
All right,
so-
I've got a guess.
So I'll repeat it for everybody else too, because it looks like that there weren't really kind of any answers. So this is talking about Frank Costanza, the Seinfeld character, and how many times he appeared on the show. So this is episode amounts. So A, 34, B, 50, C, 29, or D, 46.
Did anybody make any guesses?
I
Did
think
one?
Mary Love said C.
That's what I was going to go with, funny enough.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I went with C.
Says C. Correct answer is C.
All
29.
right.
29.
All right.
You know, in the first season, he was the first time he appeared was on season 4
Yep.
for the handicap
Yep.
episode, and that was it for season 4. And then every time after that, it was like at least 4 episodes. Okay, we got a couple coming in.
Oh, wow, they
Yeah.
are all flowing in.
Yeah. So C
All right.
is the
Let me spin
correct.
this thing up. I declare. Oh, jeez, it's getting close. Now we're good.
Ooh. 500
All right, like I need it.
for 500 points. All right. So, number 12.
Yeah, George was definitely more sympathetic in older episodes, but all the characters were much different in the older episodes.
They,
Yeah.
They're
And that's with most shows, I guess, right? You just kind of write a couple scripts and you throw it out there, and then you kind of
start to riff
develop.
off of each other. And
You
then
develop
eventually-
because you realize what people like about that character, and then you amplify it. So that's kind of that. I guess that's with any art form. You throw some feelers out there, see if people like it. If they do, you ramp it up to 11.
Exactly. All right. So
Break the knob off.
So question number 12. Speaking of George, how many jobs did George have while he was on Seinfeld?
Did you get these all from Seinfeld? Seen it?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
So, is it A, 14, B, 11, C, 18, or D, 7? So how many jobs did George Costanza have on Seinfeld? Wow.
I got an answer.
You're locking it
I
in.
have a reason for my answer. Go through the numbers again.
So A is 14, B is 11, C is 18, D is 7.
Though? Yeah, I got an answer.
That was in response to the best Elaine hairdo.
Even the first couple episodes of Seinfeld are definitely not as funny as the rest of the show.
Mm.
They really figured out. Me and my dad talk about this all the time. That they really figured out their method later on. Not to say that the first episodes were bad. It's right around the Chinese restaurant episode where they really came into their rhythm.
Seinfeld Quattro.
All right, I'm good.
Yo, what up, S-Man? And what up, Bats?
How's
Good
it
to
going,
see you again,
Bats?
man.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
We don't worry about grammar here.
All right. What is your answer? A, B, C, or D?
D.
Says D. D, he's saying at 7.
I'm pretty sure because
see
listen,
you
I
too,
don't
man.
remember that many jobs. You think about George. He had that one job where he wasn't doing anything.
You want me to tell you if you're right or wrong?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
What?
11.
Oh, that was my next guess. I
Eleven.
swear.
What
it was
letter
my
was that?
Oh, that is B.
It's good to see you too, man. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hope you're staying healthy, staying, good, happy, all that good stuff.
So, basically, the real estate agent.
Which song did which song did Bats request?
I
for
don't
us to
know.
do?
Do you remember your song request?
Mm.
Because
Maybe that one
maybe
was,
Chris wrote it down.
Maybe that one was the.
Was that the Buddy Holly song?
No, that was Bats was.
That was
We haven't
Joe
seen
P.
Bats. We haven't seen Bats in like 2-3 weeks,
Yeah.
which is cool. You're out living your life.
So, you want me to run through the list of the jobs?
Yep.
John? So, we got the, whatchamacallit, the real estate agent.
Real
then
estate.
we have the parking attendant.
Oh, we're counting like menial. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep. And then the pendant publishing.
Yep.
Then we have.
Oh, with the
yep.
desk.
And then we have the sitcom writer for NBC.
Yep.
Then we have hand model.
Yeah. Oh.
Then we have bra salesman.
Yep.
And
yep.
then we have.
But he never had.
he got the job. And
he
then
gave
he got
him the
job
job,
and
but
then
he
was
got
fired.
fired.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Then we have sales rep from Santa Slack Rest Stop Supply Company. And then we have
there we go.
the New York Yankees.
Yep.
Then we have playground equipment sales
Yep.
representative
Yep.
for
Yep.
Play Now Sports. Costanza and Son.
Yep.
Latex salesman doesn't count,
And then
right?
No.
Kruger.
Kruger.
That's right.
Yeah.
Kruger.
Yep. So those are the 11.
Oh yeah, the playground equipment with the
Yeah.
cane in
Yeah.
the handicap bathroom.
Right? Wrong.
wanna play
right?
hardball,
Wrong.
Costanza?
Wrong. Right.
I'll see you in hell, Costanza.
All right. So this is
They've
the
got me in some kind of bunker.
so this is the final question.
All right.
Final question, and you wager all your points.
Oh jeez.
So
Wait, so if I get it right,
Oh,
Chris
wait,
gives me
shit.
his points.
no.
Oh,
If-
we
if-
just lose him. Okay.
Yeah. So if you get it right, you get an
Yeah.
extra 82,000. If Chris gets it right, he gets an extra 511. But if you lose all your points.
Okay.
Crazy.
So this basically Chris
But
could
it
win the
goes
whole
back
game.
to the house, and this goes back to the first game, which you would win.
I guess so.
Sure.
All right. So the final question, going back to the nostalgia, putting a bow on this nostalgia, we'll put a nice 1980s question in here. So,
Yep, when we were born.
so what is or what was the highest grossing movie during the 1980s?
Basketball.
So we got A,
It wasn't.
Batman, the Michael Keaton version. We have B, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. C, Ghostbusters, or D, E.T.
No.
So we have to pick the highest grossing film.
So
Batman,
Batman,
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, Ghostbusters, or E.T.
I'm gonna go with.
You have to hold it.
Now, quick question: are they all from the '80s?
Yes. Yes. Hey, it's a valid question.
valid
It's a valid question. This game is
You don't
crazy.
know what this shifty guy's up
Yeah,
to in his hamburger
exactly.
shirt.
And what's going to happen is you're both going to say the answers at the same time.
Okay.
All right.
So this way, it's not like, you know,
Or do we write it down on a little piece of paper?
Highest grossing. No,
Highest
no.
grossing.
We'll just say it at the same
No,
Yeah.
time.
but corner's already teared.
so this is in the 1980s.
1980s.
hmm
Batman, the Jonas,
Ghostbusters or
some GBs.
some E.T., some little alien action.
I feel like that might be
This
it
is tough.
because it's a big family movie. I remember seeing a ton of commercials on VHS tapes for it. Never saw commercials for Batman.
That's because it was in the 80s.
That I know, but why were they on our VHS tapes?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I got my answer. Are we good?
Hold on.
Because I think it's a little bit behind. So again, which of these movies that I'm about to list was the highest grossing one during the 1980s? Batman, the first one with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. B,
Hold on, I'm not looking. I just got to write something down I just thought of.
B, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. C, Ghostbusters. D, E.T.
I'm gonna have to. Oh wait,
Alright,
yeah,
yeah.
we're saying it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
D.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm going with the creepy alien guy.
So I will say, since you guys didn't say C, Ghostbusters is number 6 on the list with 238.6 million.
Feel like it's selective.
Indiana Jones is
I
number
knew it
f-
wasn't
is
either
number
of those.
5 at 242 million.
This is truly down to the wire.
And the number 1 answer,
Fingers crossed.
E.T.
Yeah.
$399.8 million, and Batman is number 4 at 251.2.
I had to go with my gut.
Yep.
Family-oriented
man.
movie.
The Extraterrestrial. They said, this is what they said on this one website.
It's not
This
better than
brings us to
that.
the very top of the list in the iconic E.T. With the story of the lovable alien. Don't forget Steven Spielberg, too. Brought tears of joy and sadness to millions of people around the globe. What you possibly didn't know is the story was written by blah, blah, blah. Oh.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Oh, haha. So the person who wrote the story was married to Harrison Ford for over 2 decades. Just a fact.
And then they wrote E.T. and then
yeah, I guess so.
that was it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, yada yada.
Yep.
Yada,
It
yada,
earned-
yada.
That's incredible.
It earned almost 800 million worldwide. Wow. Making E.T. not only the highest-grossing movie in the 1980s, but of all time.
Wow.
Yeah, one of.
One of.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So that's
That's
crazy.
awesome.
That is some craziness.
Good game. So Chris wins again.
Chris wins, and hey, listen,
Third week in a row.
it's not David, it's not Goliath. It's the matter who is. It matters about who's left at the very end.
Yep.
You know?
Now,
Yeah.
for all of you at home
good
that
job.
played along,
Yeah.
you win too.
And
because you get TA tokens
and they're
at the end of
getting
this.
TA
Got your
tokens.
points just to show you I'm not drawing the whole time.
Yeah. And they're earning tokens while they're watching us right now too, which is pretty cool.
Do you want to close this shindig out, boys?
Yeah.
Let's
With
do
our
it.
last segment
That was an
of
awesome
the week.
Yeah, that was an awesome, awesome
game.
day
Yeah.
on this
Awesome.
podcast. I feel like the hot dogs were an awesome touch.
Exactly.
All right, so now it's time for our.
I think it's the top one there.
No, it's
John.
right here.
Okay. R.
Our
Musician
of the week.
Good timing. Look at that.
He does it.
All right, you want to preface our little guy here?
Yeah, he's from South Africa, and he just started playing piano 2 days ago, and he was taught by his grandmother.
Aw,
Oh,
really?
That's so nice.
Yeah, and he's
Oh.
also great at multitasking
What,
while playing the piano.
What type of animal? I know we don't discriminate based off of animals and their talent, but what animal do we have?
You
here?
find them at the pet store. They are what your parents would at least like you to have.
Mhm.
He is a ferret.
Oh, okay.
And there we go.
Playing
Hey.
some very interesting 12-tone music, brought to you by Arnold Schoenberg. Me and Chris had to study that stuff
And
in
you know,
college.
I could tell that's where he was going with that.
Yeah, it was.
ferret?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we could do
right?
it again.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, I was starting to tap my foot.
I mean, he's
It-
multitasking. He's
if-
rearranging household furniture and playing 12-tone Schoenberg music. It's great.
And if it's not the same thing, I don't know what music is anymore.
I don't
Tap
know.
your foot to that. All right.
One
here
more
we go.
time.
Nah, we're good.
Honestly, the music that me and Chris had to study in college sounded a lot like that.
Awesome.
And they're
was-
like, it's art. And you're like, no, it's not.
Well, that was a perfect musician of the
Yeah, we-
of the week.
week.
So, we appreciate you guys sticking around on this beautiful Friday. Go outside for the last couple of minutes of sunlight and go hang out. I'm going to go lay in some grass.
Nice.
Have a good week. And,
Yep.
and we'll
Hey.
see you on Sunday for our full band live stream. But
Don't forget to send in any requests because
Yeah.
I will be practicing them Sunday morning.